you want my water in here, or should I not have it in there?
Afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler with meteorologist Melissa Meter in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. Not quite as warm today as it was yesterday, Melissa.
No, yesterday was beautiful for most of us in the 50s, 60s, even Fall City in the 70s. So it's feeling a little bit colder, 20 or so degrees colder than
But
yesterday.
my prediction that I made on our stream we did on Friday was that someone was going to reach the 70s. This weekend, and I was proven correct. Fall City did reach 71. Lincoln was close, 68.
close.
I mean, the record was 76 yesterday.
You know, it took a while for them to get to 71 degrees. I was thinking about you.
But they got there.
But they got there.
They got there.
That's all that matters.
It is. I hope everyone enjoyed it, because as we head through the remainder of this week, it's going to be much closer to kind of what it is out there right now, which again isn't horrible, but it's certainly quite a bit cooler. As we're looking at a cooler and wetter week ahead across much of the state. We kind of talked several times last week about that longer range pattern favoring the cooler than average conditions. Certainly starting to see that again play out in the forecast as we head over the course of the next week. And again, all of that should be, taken with a little bit of a grain of salt. Average highs now are basically
48.
in the upper 40s for us here in Lincoln. So a day where we only reach 45 degrees would be considered a below average day.
And
at least for high temperatures.
on top of that, it's going to be breezy for most of the week
Yes.
as well. So
Yes.
it will feel cooler because of breezy conditions as well.
All right, we'll go ahead and we'll pull up our graphics here, and we'll run you through the forecast. First, again, kind of starting out with sky cams from across the state like we always do. A lot of cloud cover out there. Not a whole lot of sunshine to start off the work week. I myself, Melissa, have kind of felt a little gloomy and a little down today, and I think the cloud cover is part of it.
I agree with you. I've been feeling a little bit that and tired.
Yes.
It's a tired, gloom and doom kind of Monday out there.
Yeah, so here's a live look from Lincoln Skyview, 40th and W. Oh, no, our weather station's down. But 42 degrees right now at the airport. But again, north wind that's been a bit blustery today makes it feel like 34 degrees right now in the capital city. Also in York, again, kind of overcast conditions, 36, so even colder there. 25 is the feels like temperature with that north wind at around 20 miles an hour. You go up north or go across central Nebraska, Grand Island, Hastings, Kearney, not much in the way of sunshine. O'Neill, almost looks like a little bit of fog there. Upper 20s for temperatures, upper teens for feels like temperatures with that blustery north wind. So again, not a super great start to the work week. You look at temperatures statewide, still in the upper 40s though in Fall City. They're still showing off a little bit, up around 50. The colder air slowly working its way across the state. So again, Fall City will eventually cool down, but anywhere from the mid 20s to the upper 40s across the state. So again, quite the temperature range, and these numbers quite a bit colder than what we had yesterday. Again, when we were in the 60s and even low 70s for some, 15 to 25 degrees colder to start off the work week. And again, that also comes with a bit of a northeast breeze that's been blustery at times today. So again, as far as Mondays go, we've had better ones, Melissa.
Yes, we have.
Satellite radar picture, though, is at least dry, but we do have plenty of cloud cover, a lot of low cloud cover out there right now. Again, there's a few breaks here and there where we've seen some blue sky, but predominantly looking at overcast conditions through the day today. If you zoom out and look at a regional view, the good news, at least looking at the regional view, things are fairly quiet. Not necessarily going to be the case, though, as we head through the remainder of the week. Several systems poised to move through the area that are going to be bringing in multiple chances for rain, snow, and a wintry mix of precipitation, Melissa. So I'll kind of let you walk people through what we're expecting to see. Again, through the rest of the day today, it should be pretty quiet, just clouds.
Yep, could start to see a little bit of light snow activity moving into the Panhandle in northern Nebraska. That will continue through the course of the evening and eventually into the overnight, but we will wake up Tuesday morning, generally very cloudy again. Another repeat of today with cloud cover, mostly cloudy conditions. And then as we head through the afternoon hours on Tuesday, we'll start to see the next system build into the area, bringing us the chance for mainly snow in the northern portion of the state, while seeing more of a wintry mix transition area in portions of eastern Nebraska and southeastern Nebraska. At this point, looks more like a rain situation, as most temperatures are going to be above freezing as we head into the overnight hours. That will continue. Kind of spotty showers is what it's showing for southeastern Nebraska. Light snow continuing into portions of northeastern Nebraska.
And probably not when as far as that round of precipitation, because there's going to be several. not a whole lot, fairly light. Even the
Yes.
snow potential for parts of northwestern Nebraska, we're talking maybe a trace to an inch, maybe a
Yes.
trace to 2 inches. In Lincoln and southeastern Nebraska, maybe a few hundredths of an inch of
Yes.
precip.
So a little spotty, light activity, not expecting much in the form of accumulation.
And then things just kind of stay busy as we head Wednesday and into Thursday, Melissa.
Yeah, and it doesn't look at this point like Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be, we're not going to have washout conditions. It's going to be a light shower here, a light shower there, but as we head into, Wednesday evening, we'll start to see the other system push through the area. This is still the longer range models because we are still 3 days away from this, so this could change, of course, as we head through the course of the next couple of days, but bringing snow to the northern portion of the state, more of a rain wintering mix to the southern half of the state, and that will continue as we head through the overnight into Thursday, and then as we head into the rest of Thursday as well, going to continue to push eastward, may linger a little bit through the overnight hours, but should be out of the area as we head by Friday morning, Friday afternoon, maybe a few lingering things. But this, compared to Tuesday, Wednesday, this looks like we're going to see more accumulation with this.
Certainly the most impactful system that we'll have this week likely moves through Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes.
But then even as we head Friday into the weekend, another little system heads our way. There's chances in the forecast, not super great chances at this point, still a long ways away. But it looks like, again, the active weather could continue with more chances for maybe some rain or light snow across the state. So if we look at, as far as the snowfall potential, again, this is the European model. Again, the system that we have moving through tomorrow into Wednesday, like we've already said, really not a huge deal. We could see some very light snow across parts of northern and western Nebraska. The more impactful system will head our way as we head Wednesday into Thursday. And again, even that system, at least with this European solution, again, only offers us a couple inches of snow across the state, keeping most of the heavy stuff well to our north, across the northern plains, the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and those areas. And then as we head through the weekend, again, not looking at much in the way of additional snowfall accumulation according to the European model, but Melissa, the American model does trend that heavier snow further to the south, but again, still mainly across the northern half of the state.
Yeah, so southern half of Nebraska generally going to see more precipitation in the form of rain, maybe a little bit of wintry mix in that transition zone, but generally areas in northern Nebraska along the border going to see primarily snow, could be light accumulations as we head throughout the next several days.
So in terms of just liquid precipitation, the 7-day precipitation potential, again, the eastern third of the state, maybe a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of moisture. That includes Lincoln, as well as Columbus, Norfolk, Omaha, Nebraska City, Falls City, and then areas as you head further to the west, a little bit lighter in terms of precipitation amounts. Again, over the course of the next week, again, medium to long range models continue to indicate probably more areas to our north, seeing the more really substantial moisture out of these systems that are going to move through. Again, all that being said, again, with how active this week is supposed to be, certainly want to make sure you stay tuned to the forecast over the coming days, because very possible for things to kind of flip-flop around for us as we head over the course of the next week.
Yeah.
So in terms of just temperatures, again, after being in the mid-50s to mid-60s this weekend, cooler today in the middle 40s, and I think that's probably close to where we're going to hang around through most of the next week. Tuesday morning lows aren't terrible, anywhere from the upper teens to upper 20s. Afternoon highs tomorrow, again, checking in probably close to where we are today. Again, like Melissa said, with the cloud cover, going to be kind of another gray day. Low 30s to the mid 40s, kind of depending on where you are. Warmest in the southeast, 45 in Lincoln, 40 in Grand Island, mid 30s in North Platte. Wednesday morning, again, we're looking at 20s and 30s, probably aided along by some overnight cloud cover to keep those temperatures mild. And then Wednesday, low 30s to low 40s. Again, likely seeing breezy winds through a lot of this time frame. Thursday, again, mid 20s to mid 30s for lows in the morning. Afternoon highs, low 30s to low 40s from north to south. A little bit colder in the west Friday morning into the teens, but still low 20s to low 30s for central and eastern Nebraska. High temperatures on Friday. Again, basically the same story, mid 30s to mid 40s north to south. Saturday morning lows in the mid to upper 20s. Saturday afternoon highs, mid 30s to mid 40s, maybe some 50s in south central and southwestern Nebraska. Sunday morning lows, again, we're looking at 20s and 30s. Sunday afternoon highs, mid 30s to mid 40s. So again, those numbers, it's not going to be, 20 degrees below wind chill or anything. And that's not what's happening this week. But it's just going to be kind of a cool, gray, kind of cloudy week with those off and on rain and snow chances.
And you know, the overnight low temperatures are going to generally be around or above average, and we have the cloud cover to thank for that. So while we aren't going to really see a big difference in our low temperatures and our high temperatures like what we have seen earlier in the week, you know, when we were in the teens and then warmed up to the 50s, we're generally going to stay more mild and more consistent with our temperatures as we go through the next couple days, thanks to that cloud cover.
Yeah, just kind of a very
Yes.
early March kind of pattern setting up for us. But one thing we do have to look forward to this week, this coming weekend, we get that extra hour of daylight. We do lose an hour of sleep, which...
It's going to be rough for me when I come in on Sunday.
But we at least get that extra hour. Again, swap out that hour in the morning to the evening. So again, we will spring forward. I believe it's Saturday night.
Yes.
So it's Sunday morning at 2 a.m. The clock will spring forward to 3 a.m. So technically it's March 12th, 2 a.m. becomes 3 a.m. The new sunrise in Lincoln that morning, right around 7:45. The new sunset that night around 7:30. So there is at least that to look forward to.
I'm excited. I'm excited. You know, usually when I do the evening shows over the last couple of months, on the weekend, I never have to show a sunset because it's dark.
It's dark.
It's dark, but not this weekend.
Not anymore.
No.
See, but now also, at least for us in the meteorological community, our model runs come in an hour later, which is always kind of sad. But we do get the sunset, and we get to show our visible satellite.
Yes.
A little bit longer because it's actually longer, so we can actually see what's going on the visible satellite. So that's nice. So
it's giving us mixed emotions.
Yes.
I think Bill is telling me that. He's like, it's not all that great.
See, but for Liam and Jamie, they don't know. So they're just like, whatever. So like the whole fall back, spring forward thing, they still wake up at the same time anyway, so.
There's either sun or there's not at this point.
That's right. It does get a little bit more difficult trying to put them to bed because their bedtime's at 8 o'clock. So in the middle of the summer, that's rough because they're like, it's still light outside. What is this garbage?
When I work for Brad on the morning shows, I usually go to bed at like 6 p.m. And so during the summer, it was bright as day, and my dark curtains weren't helping me at all. So I liked it when I filled in for him over the winter because...
It's dark at 4 o'clock.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyways, again, kind of the quick highlights there if you just tuned in. Cooler, wetter weather expected as we head through the week. Going to be kind of just dreary March week, I think, for a lot of us. But we do spring forward later this weekend. So we do get that extra hour starting later this weekend. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the 1011 Now streaming studio. As always, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, there's that QR code right there. You can scan it, and it'll take you right to our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications so you're notified when we're live. We like to do these little daily updates to the forecast live on YouTube, as well as our 1011 Now live stream at least once a day. Also, we streamed the Nebraska football press conference on here earlier today, and I have an interesting interview. Melissa, you might enjoy this, about the Oakland creature. The Flatwater Free Press writing an article about mysterious creature that plagued Oakland, Nebraska back in the 70s. So a Bigfoot-esque creature.
I did not know this. This is
go.
very interesting.
Well, tune in in about an hour, and I'm going to have a little talk with
Can I ask you if you're a believer?
I think I am. I think I'm a believer. We just don't know enough.
No, I guess we don't know what's in the ocean.
No, we don't.
So
it's a scary place. It's a scary world. Who knows what's in it? All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. As always, make sure you keep it tuned to 1011 on air and online for all the latest news, weather, and sports.